Hello survivors and welcome to another The Spell Brigade video. Today we're playing with Hattie. We're going to try and get a quadruple, a rune burst going. It's a very fun skill, very strong. There's two options here. I know I've already said we're getting a quadruple rune burst, but the plan is either rune burst or if we get at level 5 necro whirl, then we will focus on that as well. So we might go quadruple rune burst, but at the same time we can also focus on the necro whirl and see just what happens there. So it all really just depends on what it is that we're looking for, but most of the time it's going to be what I say in the front, so one or the other. I'm hoping for necro whirl, but this could turn into the quadruple rune burst. The crit chance is actually pretty big there. I do want to try and have killing 2 enemies at the same time with rune burst at least. So have one in front of us, one below us, and let's see what the game gives us. The game did not give us necro whirl. We're going to be playing with solar pulse, so it looks like it is going to be a quadruple rune burst, which is perfectly fine. We are very happy with that. I do love how I have zero, direction. I mean, I've got some direction. I wanted something to happen, but I mean, I love how I'm like in the beginning, I'm like, listen, we're going this, but we're actually going this. And then I'm like, oh, well, we didn't get that, so we're definitely going this. It's weird. I know. I apologize for that. It's just how my brain works. I've got ideas, but the thing is, like, if one fails, then I at least fall off to the other idea. So I have wanted to get the quadruple augment on rune burst, but at the same time, I really want to play a really nice hardcore necro whirl, because it's just a really fun skill, and if you augment the skill, it can be really silly, because you can get additional ones, you can get that it attacks or moves towards the targets, and just things like that. Also, don't get hit like I did over there. Cooldown reduction. We're not necessarily going to focus only on rune burst as well. It's not like the hex bomb where it needs all the levels in it. This one's not so bad, so we can focus on more than one skill, which is perfectly fine. So we will be doing that, and we are going to focus our augments on the rune burst, but at least our levels will be spread out. So when we get to about level 14 on on rune burst, we'll probably look at swapping up the leveling onto other skills. It also really just depends, like over here, getting the Titan's Fury takes precedence over everything else, and just things like that. So it just depends on what we get given when we level up, and we'll go from there. But if I'm doing those single skill runs, then it doesn't even matter if I get a legendary. If it isn't for that skill, we don't take it. In this case, we're not going to I just said we'll focus other ones. We'll take it. I looked at it, I'm like, I don't want to level up Solar Pulse. But if we can get lightning on it as an infusion, that would be really good. But it had to be epic. If it was rare, I would have ignored it. But because it was epic, we can't ignore that. Alright, spell cooldown. I know we got a Veil of Haste there, and the right move was probably to take it, but we one step closer to the infusion now, and we also got the spell cooldown over there, so it's fine. It's not the end of the world. It was only a common Veil of Haste. Anything higher quality would have been a give and take. Okay, spell cooldown. Let's go infusion. Thank goodness we got lightning. So lightning is probably the must-have infusion if you're playing on hardcore, because the amount of damage it gives you and clear that it gives you is just completely insane. So acid and lightning are the two must-haves. Fire is okay if you can't find lightning, but like over here, see that Veil of Haste takes precedence over this legendary. That Veil of Haste is going to give us so much more cooldown and damage, it is worth a whole lot more to us than the legendary on Spell Blade. Even if that was a legendary on, I mean, Solar Pulse, not Spell Blade. I don't know why Spell Blade, but even if it was a legendary on Rune Burst, that Veil of Haste would have been the obvious choice for me, at least. Even here, Tartan's Fury, much better upgrade. That gives everything more damage, and it's base damage as well, so you got to remember that that's going to be a lot of damage increase for our character. Because it's everything, it's not just one skill. And it increases the base damage, not just the skill percentage damage. So it's pretty much like more damage, whereas the others are just increased damage. Okay, we do actually get Necro Will, but only at level 15. So we're still going to focus on our Rune Burst, augment-wise, and then we do have the Lightning, so we could even land up going for more levels in other skills to get Acid and other available infusions. But there we go, spell damage. We're going to spread the love this round. I would like to get a legendary XP upgrade if possible, but that might be asking for a little bit too much. Okay, Necro, we can go and decrease the spell cooldown. And this is going really well, actually. I think we've had a lot of good luck. We are in a good spot, and I think our upgrades have been really good. We've even landed up picking up a whole lot of magnets, which is also really good. The only issue there is we didn't actually kill the healers. We don't need the HP regen, it's not the end of the world. There's one healer dead. Is this one gonna die anytime soon? Didn't look like it. Also, these dudes are really hitting me hard, these spitters. Alright, we get another spell damage upgrade over there. That's perfectly fine. Just kill the spitters because they're just doing too much damage to us. Kill them that way. There we go. And we've got the next objective, which is the fungi. Going to do that. We keep getting magnets. It's a bit crazy. Sometimes I hardly ever see a magnet, and now I'm seeing so many of them. Alright, spell damage for Rune Burst. That's perfect. Also, I need to try and work on this. I know it doesn't... I probably don't... You probably haven't like picked up on it because I say it so often, or it's something you guys are just used to by now. But I'll end up saying alright or okay, or, you know, whenever I haven't spoken for a decent amount of time, like a minute, then I'm always like, alright, let's go and do that now, or alright, let's... And it actually bugs me more than it probably bugs you. I'm sure you haven't even realized it till I've now brought it up, so if it wasn't bugging you, you're welcome. It should bug you now. Hopefully not. But I gotta stop saying the alright and we can just move on to chatting. I don't have to say that word. Alright, so I'm actually... See, I just said it again. We're actually going to reroll over there. We do get the Delayed Fate, which I'm very happy to grab. That's going to give us more legendaries, of course, when we get to the necessary luck levels. Ew. Took a lot of damage over there. Okay, we nearly have it. And again, I did what I said I'd do. I either say alright or okay. I don't know. I'll work on it. Rune Burst casts in burst. We don't have enough to kind of not use that, so we're going to have to take that one. I would prefer additional projectile, or when it revolves around you, so it circles. Not circles you, but when it starts to rotate around you. That's also really good augment. And now we can't get hit again because we need to get all of our life back so that we can re-roll some of our augments in the future. We'll take the decreased cooldown. That was Solar Pulse and not Necro World, so I did make a little bit of a mistake there. I thought that was Necro World for a second, so a little bit of an oopsie over there, but it's not the end of the world. These things do happen, so it's okay. We can deal with that. But this is the part of the game where we start getting a lot more XP, so we need to pop these guys, get a good explosion going off over there. Necro will level up over there as well. These guys didn't die, but we did get a decent chunk of XP out of it. There's one guy dead. I don't see a healer around, but of course that doesn't mean they're not there hidden somewhere. So we do need to just be careful of them. They're probably enemy number one, but the problem being is that they are very, very tanky and very difficult to deal with without the ranged attacks or a skill that's going to cause them to die very quickly. So we need a lot of damage. There is one right there in front of me. He's probably been there the whole time and I haven't really noticed. But if we can get upgrades to our... See, that luck. I need that luck rather. And then we can get upgrades to our Rune Burst afterwards. That 4 luck is going to be massive, especially since we get 5 luck actually from the level up. Do we? No, we didn't make it through there. I would like a life potion. Potion, anyone? Anywhere? Anyhow? Just want a potion. Juicy amount of XP sitting on the floor for us. And we can go with... these are both... They're all really good, but they're all really bad at the same time. So we'll take Magic Missile. I would like to see a reroll in the game for your actual level up choices, because if I wanted to play like a Necro Will rounds that I wanted to, let me spend some life. I guess it's already an option for Augments. Why not just bring it in for everything? Let us spend life to reroll the options or choices. Okay, Rune Burst. Gonna just run around destroying these statues. The Pyre Storm Pit is really fun when you get this objective because the fire kills them all. So even on hardcore, you could land up having destroyed 6 or 7 statues before you even see them. It's really funny to play because it's just you're running around and everything's dying. The only problem when you do have that happen is that your life might be too low. And if you calculate it like I do, where you want your life to be at a certain point so you can reroll at least, sometimes if you get too hurt, you're unable to reroll. So it can actually backfire being on that map, but at the same time it's a lot easier to finish the objective at least. Also, all that speak about a lot of magnets dropping, and we haven't had another magnet drop since then, so I guess I jinxed myself and gave myself some bad luck there, and we also took unnecessary damage over there, which isn't good. Looking for the last statue. We have found it, and I'm gonna go with the spell damage. Magic Missile, I'm not gonna invest into it, just because it does actually require the augments to be decent as well. So we're not going to worry about that. There's the third augment for Rune Burst. It rotates now. So as you can see, it covers a whole lot more of the screen. I think getting range now would be good. Hopefully we can get like a legendary range upgrade or a epic at least. And then also the fact that we're using lightning means that we're going to have a lot more damage going out. So we've got a bigger area of effect now. Not area of effect, but more of like a raid, the circumference, I guess. I don't know what you would say or call it. But spell size over there for our Necro Will. Beautiful. I think our luck is maxed out now from Delayed Fate. So if we do need to reroll, we can. But, you know, when we get a huge fury over there, we don't re-roll those. I'm gonna hope I make it. I did. Beautiful. Get that dude to explode. A little bit of a double chain over there. Not as much as I thought it would be. I wanted a little bit more of a bigger chain happening, but these things happen. A little late for the XP, but it is legendary, so we will grab it. I also do see a magnet over there. So I think we've got a decent chunk of XP all over the floor. So even though it was a little bit late, we are level 30. I think that legendary XP increase will help us if I pick up the magnet. So I just need to find that magnet again, somewhere in the middle. Grab it. And I think we'll be in a much better spot. We should level up like 2 or 3 times. Grabbing the XP again. The reason for that is the other options weren't that great. Pretty standard reasoning there. But huge amount of... yeah, we got about 2 levels there. So we're happy. We're going to grab the spell cooldown. We can reroll now. I'm sure Veil of Haste is done and dusted. And we'll grab the Necro Will over there just so that we get that. And we're going to go with Lightning on it as well. Again, Lightning is the best infusion in my opinion. And I just feel, especially on Necro Will, just look at that damage that it is doing now. Beautiful, beautiful damage. Okay, we're gonna go with Rune Burst. Give me Acid, please. Ooh, Thunder might be good, but a Sulfuric Sulfur Storm, greatest in history. Beautiful. I wonder if we could get a double Sulfur Storm, that would be even better. So we don't need so many levels in it, but you know, when the game gives you range like you asked for, you gotta take it. And now you can see we definitely starting to kill things a lot more quickly, a lot more efficiently. We've got the extra XP gain as well. So now is where we get to the juicy levels of the game. And we can also focus on the Necro Will. And we've also got enough life to now focus on re-rolling if we want. Just don't want to get hit by my own attack because that's going to hurt. Crits would also be a pretty decent stat to go for, but you don't need it. As you can see. I didn't even realize that was a magnet. I thought it was a fungi. Necro Will. Master your spell. Oh, we just leveled up again. I'm like, what? What are you telling me to master my spell for? Again, not going to level that up. We're going to go with the range on there. We can go for the spell size on the Necro Will and move on from there. We actually leveled up a whack ton over there. So only 3 more levels needed. 2 more levels, apologies. 2 more levels in Necro Will and it will have its double infusion. I need to get up there for the mushroom. There's one down here we'll go and grab, and we'll just take the long route up and around because everything seems to be following me that way. I do not know how I didn't get hit there, but we didn't, so that's just magical. There is also another relic somewhere on the map, which I haven't been able to see. Not that I've been looking for it, but we'll look for it as soon as we have completed this objective. Also, the time the objective takes you to finish, is that also how long the run can take you? So even though you are timed, in a sense, gotta take the Veil of Haste. So even though we've got a minute over there, does time stop for the actual run while you're doing an objective? Or does time still continue? Very important. We get the additional projectile. That is it. We do unlock our quadruple augment for Hattie and unlock his skin. Fantastic to see that happening. Pop that guy. We do have this. We didn't even need to re-roll our relics. We get a joint protection for the increased armor. And then when the boss spawns, we can get the damage, of course, from the, I can't remember, is it, what's it called? The offensive defensive is the name of it. I can't actually remember. And we will keep going from there. Another magnet would be fantastic. Because we still need 2 levels in the Necrowall. I'm going to reroll there. Gotta take it. Even though we had Necrowall there was a legendary for our relic, our Rune Burst. So we had to grab it. There's no way I wouldn't grab that. Solar Pulse and a Quick Surge. There's the Necrowall. So 1 more level. Let's pop all these guys while I'm away from them. Although I was actually quite close to them. Getting a lot of Solar Pulse upgrades, which we don't need. Although technically we probably could just put levels into it as well. And then we will have a 3rd thing to infuse. Let's go Lightning Fire. So now we've got Lightning, Fire and Acid. I'm not going to be going slow. That's just silly. I mean, although the Ice Infusion is really nice, it's just not nice for me. Spell range on Rune Burst again, very good. Makes it so that we can be further away from enemies, even more spell range. A nice legendary spell duration over there. That's definitely going to help us deal more damage. The longer it lasts, the more damage we're going to deal. It's also going to help with the boss fights. And having joint protection also helps us with survivability because we do get the increased armor. So every time we level up, we take less damage. So we do want to try and get as many levels. Excuse me. We do want to get as many levels as possible into the skills, into ourselves, sorry, so that we get all that armor. And it's also going to help us a little bit later on with the damage if we are able to get the offensive defensive. But that's all up to that. Another Necrowall upgrade. We get a magnet over here, which is beautiful. Huge amounts of levels coming in. Another Necrowall epic. This is going great. Another Necrowall upgrade. Increased XP gain, we will take that. And it's going to be interesting, even though we got the Augments in Rune Burst and not Necrowall. Gosh, I don't know what's going on with my voice. Sorry, so even though we got the Augments in Rune Burst instead of Necrowall, it is going to be very interesting to see which one of them does more damage. We have focused quite equally in both of their levels. They're both around level 20-ish. With just 1 more level on Necrowall and they'll both be level 20. And we can see, but I mean, obviously having the Augments, there we go, legendary duration. I think we got a lot more legendaries in Necrowall, so it might be better. But because of the acid on the Rune Burst, it could be better. But this is a very either or. Ooh. Legendary spell damage over there for the Rune Burst. I don't know, this is going to be a very close one. We don't get the legendary for the spell range on anything but the magic missile. We'll go for the epic duration again. Of course, the longer Necrowall lasts for, the more damage it's going to be dishing out as well. So you do have to remember that. You can also see we've got a lot of Necrowalls out there. And we're also getting the increased spell size there. Ooh la la. Alright, there is the final relic. I don't think it's necessary. I don't even think the boss is going to live that long for me to find the relic, but we'll take a walk and see if we can find it. Another legendary XP gain. I think it's a little bit too late for that, unfortunately. Also, the other relic was at the top. I just got a feeling that we should start at the top left and go from there. I don't know why I have this feeling, but there's a feeling that top left I know I'm going to the right, but we want to start all the way over from the right and walk toward the left. I have this feeling that it's at the top. Usually when I have this feeling, I'm completely wrong. At least we have enough armor to not take damage from our own necro whirl. Okay, my feeling was very wrong. It was not top left. It probably won't be bottom left either. It is not bottom left. Alright, this is a little bit more tricky. Yeah, there it is right there. I mean, technically that's bottom left. We could say that was bottom left, I think. A little bit. And do we get what we want? We don't, so we're going to re-roll. Do we get what we want? We do. There it is. Offensive, defense. Fantastic. The best augment combo in the game has been granted to us. And now it's time to completely obliterate this boss. And hopefully he doesn't land up obliterating us at the same time. Because there's been a lot of times where I don't focus and he lands up using his rock attack on my face. And it hurts. It hurts, man. It hurts, bossy boy. You can't just throw a rock on my face. I mean, really, I don't throw anything at you except for rune bursts and necro whirls. But there we go, we unlocked the battle ready Hattie, and let's just take a look at our damage. There we go. So necro whirl didn't do as much damage, but we didn't get the legendary damage upgrades on it like we did for rune burst. And again, rune burst did have the augments. I still really want to get a necro whirl augment run in, so we'll definitely look at that for the future. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.